I didn't make any lace loop cartridge belts for the pattern pack cover, but to make sure everyone sees an example of how lace looped cartridges are made, I've videoed a mock-up of the process. For the sake of brevity, and so I can reposition the lace loop, I've attached the lace loop to the back of the belt blank with a Chicago screw. Run the tapered and thinned lace loop tip through the first slot from the back of the belt to the front. Exposed on the front of the belt, the lace loop should have its finish side out. Making sure there are not twists in the lace loop, run it back through the same slot. Before pulling the loop too small, insert a cartridge through the loop and pull the lace loop as tight as you want it to be around the cartridge. Run the lace loop back out through the next slot, repeating the process with a series of cartridges laced into the belt. Make sure the backside of the lace between the cartridge loops remains pulled tight. Some people like to set rivets between the cartridge loops to anchor each loop. It isn't really necessary, but some people like the security, and some people just like the look. Another way to lace the cartridges is to run the lace from the back to the front through the first slot, then back through the second slot. This is much easier to lace, but the cartridge loops aren't quite as secure. It also wastes space and only allows for half the number of cartridges on the belt. When lacing loops this way, it's best to use a rivet between cartridges to secure the cartridge loops. Yet another way to approach lacing the cartridge loops is to start with the loop lace riveted to the face of the belt as decoration. When using this method, the lace is fed from the front to the back through the first slot. Then it's fed back out through the second slot. From there, you can choose which lacing method you will use for making the cartridge loops.